Hello, it's Dr. Allen, and today I'm going to tell you how you can ensure that all your marketing is successful in 2012. You know, everyone watching this video right now has 4 challenges. Number 1, what we call contacts. Contacts is simply getting as many leads as possible, whether they're from the internet, from your website, or from lectures and screenings you do in the community. Remember, contacts are nothing more than leads that you want to convert into patients. Number 2, we're going to talk about competition because there's lots of competition in the wellness arena where most of us live. Number 3, we're going to talk about credibility, which is a real challenge because we're going to talk about how your community sees you. And number 4, the biggie, we're going to talk about conversion. That is converting your contacts and your leads into actual patients and clients. Of course, everyone watching this should have goals for 2012 for your business, whether that be to increase your revenue, whether it be to save more lives, whether it be to help your community. But you must have goals if you're planning to be successful in 2012. Let's talk about the first challenge, contacts. You know, it's really well known that for every 100 people that you get in front of, only about 10 people, actually 8 to 12%, will actually be ready to become patients right there and then. The other 90% will disappear unless you have a way to be able to capture their names, their contact information, and get them into your database where you could market to them on a repetitive basis. The number one thing that you need to do in 2012 is break what we call the 90-10 rule. You need to be able to get in front of people, not only walk away with those 10 new patients, but you need to be able to walk away with the other 90% of the people's names and emails so that you could use marketing and repetition to convert those other people into actual patients. Realize this, that if you need 20 new patients every single month to maintain your practice and you're simply getting 10% of those you get in front of, you're going to need 240 patients for the year. You're going to have to get in front of 2,400 people to be able to get the 20 patients a month that you need. Think about the number of people that normally attend your lectures or your screenings or that come to your website or that wind up finding you through search on the internet. If only 20 people show up at a lecture or an event that you do each time, you're going to have to do 120 events in the coming year. That means at least 2 events a week. Most people don't do 2 events a week, so realize that it's a key ingredient that you must break the 90-10 rule. Let's talk a little bit about competition. Realize this, the wellness arena is very, very competitive. There are insurance companies, medical doctors, pharmaceutical companies, department stores, pharmacies, health clubs, you name it. Everyone wants to be seen as a wellness leader in the community because they know if you're seen as the wellness leader in the community, you're going to get all the patients. If you are not winning the wellness war, you're in real trouble. And the only way to win the wellness war really is to build your credibility. So let's talk about credibility. What's your image? How does your community see you? If you're a chiropractor, which most people watching this video are you seen as a back pain and neck pain doctor only? Many of you are, because that's really how the profession has branded itself. If you want to be a leader in the wellness community, you're going to need to change your credibility. You're going to want people to see you as a wellness expert, that person that they feel confident that could lead them through the maze of health and wellness, not just being a back and neck pain doctor. And the biggie right here now is what we call conversion. And this is really the key. Regardless of where people come to you, whether they come from your website, from a Google search, from lectures, or screenings you do in the community, remember we said that with the 90-10 rule, only 10% of the people you get in front of at all these types of events anywhere on the internet will be ready to become patients. Unfortunately, 90% will disappear. Not an efficient way to do business. So what I want to do now is talk about the relationship. When does the relationship begin? Now, most people think your relationship begins only with the 10%. Remember the 90-10 rule, only with the 10% that are ready to get to work and become patients or clients right there and then. And that is important, and that is when the relationship builds with those people. But what about the other 90%? Your goal in everything that you do when you're out in the community or on the internet is to begin a relationship with the other 90% of the people that are not ready to go right there and then, and you do that by capturing their names and their emails. In fact, your entire presence on the internet, your entire goal of being out in the community is capturing names and emails. And that brings up our next point. When is someone most likely to become a patient? Once you've captured their name and their email, once you started that relationship. Well, think about this. Think about if you and your spouse, your significant other, ever toured a home. Usually within the first 30 days after you tour the home is when you're going to make a decision about whether you want to buy that home or not. Same thing applies when you test drive an automobile. When you test drive an automobile, everyone knows that the most likely time that you're going to commit to buying that automobile is within the first 30 days. It's the same thing with when you start a relationship with a lead or a contact. They're most likely going to be most excited to work with you to become an actual patient within the first 30 days or so after they meet you, after they attend a lecture or a screening, or they find you on the internet. So your goal is to be able to, via repetition, be able to do what you can do to convert those leads and contacts into actual patients. Realize this, it takes 7 to 10. Actually, it used to take 7 to 10 contacts before someone will actually consider working with you, becoming a patient of yours. Now they say because of information overload, it takes almost 10 to 15 repetitions before they're ready to actually start working with you. The problem for most of you is you don't have the correct tools, number one, for people to even want to give you their name and email address, their contact information, and number two, you use things like newsletters, which are not an efficient way of being able to get 7 to 10 or 10 to 15 repetitions in a short period of time. I'm talking within a month or two. Newsletters take almost an entire year to get those 7 to 10, 10 to 15 repetitions. Remember that people are most anxious to work with you. They're most easy to convert within the first 30 days. And some of you are taking 7 to 10 months to be able to accomplish that. Not an efficient system, and certainly not one that'll help build your practice. Now, unfortunately, there is no guarantee when it comes to practicing, when it comes to business. And if you look back, you yourself know that building a practice is not easy. So there's nothing that you could actually do that's going to guarantee, regardless of what anyone tells you, that you're going to be successful in your practice. And you have to come to the realization that that's true. But even though there's not a guarantee, there is insurance. And in fact, it's insurance that you could easily get that will give you the greatest likelihood of converting your leads and your contacts into actual patients. Just like you buy insurance for your car, just like you buy insurance for your home, just like you buy insurance for your life, there's a way to protect your business by using insurance. In the marketing world, we call that insurance follow-up. What is follow-up? Follow-up is simply this. When you get a lead, when you get a contact, it's the ability to get in front of that lead and that contact 7 to 10, 10 to 15 times within the time frame they're ready to convert. The problem for everyone watching this video is that you don't have follow-up. And if you do have follow-up, it's nothing more than maybe one phone call or one card to try to convert that lead into an actual patient. If it takes 7 to 10 or 10 to 15 follow-ups, repetitions, to get someone to do business with you, and you only have 1 or 2, you've just lost your insurance. You need to do 7 to 10, 10 to 15 follow-ups within a short period of time with information, content, and quality and consistency that will convert a lead or a contact into an actual patient. And that is the insurance that everyone that's watching this video should have and needs to have. Now, here's the thing. In order for you to have follow-up insurance, you must have a system. A system is going to provide high-quality content of great value to the 90% of the people that you're going to try to convert into actual patients. It must be consistent. It must brand you as a source of everything health. Most of it needs to be done for you because most of you do not have the resources, the time, or the desire to be able to do follow-up on a regular basis. Now, most people will have you believe all you need is internet presence to build your business. It is not true. You still need follow-up. It doesn't matter how many people you can get to your website if you cannot capture their names and emails. It doesn't matter how many people you can get to a lecture or screening if you cannot capture their contact information. And once you do that, you must follow up with them. Everyone has 4 challenges: getting contacts, dealing with the competition, building your credibility, and conversion. Here are the tools you need to solve those challenges. An interview that brands you as the wellness leader in your community. Your own ebook right on your website, An Ethical Bribe, to actually capture names and emails from anyone that comes to your website or that comes to you through Google, Facebook, or YouTube. The most extensive health resource available on the internet right on your website, on your Facebook page. So literally people will want to come to your website, to your Facebook page, to get information that's not available anywhere else. The great VIP app. Now you can have your own app available for computers, iPhones, and iPads. Your own blog with over 9,100 articles already written for you that you simply copy and paste into the blog. That's literally 24 years worth of blogging if you blogged every day. All the articles are highly professional and brand you as the wellness expert. An entire presence on Facebook, not just 1 tab, but 4 tabs that brand you as an expert in your field and captures names and email addresses to get them into your database. Your own newsletter account where you could send out newsletters, flyers, announcements, anything you want, totally paid for with unlimited autoresponders. Press releases for you to build your credibility. A complete email marketing system and your own show on iTunes. And those are some of the things that we give you to solve the 4 challenges that everyone watching this video has and build an insurance policy around your success for the coming year. As we said, there are no guarantees. You simply need to put the risk reward in your favor to have a successful business. And the only way to do that is with a follow-up marketing system that gives you the insurance you need. We're going to give you the opportunity right now to find out how you can get insurance for your practice. Simply send an email to healthnews@healthnewspodcast.com and find out how you can get insurance for your practice so you have the greatest likelihood of a successful 2012. I'm Dr. Allen for the system, and I look forward to speaking with you. Now, don't forget, send an email right now to healthnews@healthnewspodcast.com and get a one-on-one with me. I'll show you what you need to do to insure your practice for 2012.